new month. So quickly, I'm going to give you last week, a recap on our last week trades and insights on this week trades, what we're expecting and what we're meant to do. So last week we took 4 trades. One was on GBP JPY, which is this you're seeing here, and the remaining 3 was on BTC. So quickly, you could remember last week I was complaining about this dramatic range that was happening here, and it happened that the market broke out from that range, and that was what gave me this entry here, and I called it out for, that was the first trade I called out for the week last week. All right, so what inspired that? If you blend with this, going from the 4 hours time frame, I already said that there was a trend line from 4 hours. Okay, if you go to the 4 hours time frame, there was a trend line that was a downtrend. Though on 4 hours, let's just go to the 4 hours. On the 4 hours, GJ as at that time was bullish. Okay, so at that time GJ was bullish, not until FOMC news came on Friday or so. Yes, this was where that range was coming from. So you could see this trend line was going there. Okay, so when the market tapped this last high here, it made this huge momentum, this huge move, which then broke out the range where we were stuck that last week. So as on Monday, we were able to break good and fine. We were able to break that range very well. So that was what inspired the first trade. Alright, that was the first trade I called that last week. So let me just quickly recap everything on my journal, then give you this week insights. That was on the 28th. Again, 27th. Same Monday was on 27th. So you could see here on my journal there was a range. Okay, so after the range broke out, this was where I called the sell limits, waiting for the retest, and here was the outcome, which we took our profit. Also, there was BTC trade. BTC now was fully SMC. Okay, we're following the downtrend, and what was I waiting for? Market came to our order block sweep. Now taking liquidity. When you change of structure, I actually spot this change of structure from the 5-minute time frame. So that was why I got in. That was a bit risky though. So the market spiked up close to our SL before it retraced back to our entry with huge momentum. Okay, when it retraced back, I actually even told the people in my WhatsApp group and my Telegram group, if they want to add positions, they can add positions. Go to BTC charts so we can see how did I analyze this. Okay, this is BTC. Yes, so from the 4 hours BTC, I'm currently in a bearish move, bearish direction. So more any buy you see me taking here on the BTC are usually pullbacks. Okay, so on BTC, let me just go to the 4 hours. I hope this won't scatter that much because of most analysis I've done there. Can't take this out. Oh okay, because of the analysis I want to do today, so don't worry anyways. But BTC, just get what I want to do. So BTC from 4 hours were bearish. Okay, this is the last high here, which is marked here with this horizontal line, and this is the current low. Okay, current high, current low. This is last break of structure to the downside. So the market tapped into an extreme order block. Can you see this? And now it's pushing down. So if you've watched my previous video, you can see that this trend line, let me clear some things here. You can see that this trend line now will be what the market's liquidity to target. Okay, this is for this week insight. I'm still going to come to this. All right, so just keep that in mind, but let me finish. So market tapped into that extreme order block, and I was aiming this equal low, which was this liquidity here. Let me zoom this in and zoom out so you can see this liquidity here. All right, so tapped into that place. I was just looking at the internal structure gradually until it made this break of structure to the downside with this huge momentum. So if you check our confirmations on this thing, you want to see inducement, you want to see fair value gap and all of that. So this huge move was inducements, obviously with fair value gap here. Then going down, you can see this liquidity grab here. Okay, grab of liquidity. If we go to the 15-minute time frame, you see where the change of structure happened. All those confirmations were there before taking that trade, so it's not like we just guessed or jumped into the trade lot. So where is it? That huge momentum? Okay, this huge momentum here. Then obviously after this huge momentum, you can see this little pullback, which is our inducement, and put that here for you. That's where the inducement happened, and the market got to tap the other block here, grab liquidity, and made this huge move. So I was already entering from the 5 minutes, okay, but I should have waited well properly. The market went close to our stop loss, then made this huge, now making a full confirmation of the change of structure. And this was the point where I told people on WhatsApp and Telegram group to add more positions if they could, or if they wanted to. Okay, yes, so you can join my WhatsApp group or my Telegram group and see, because as I analyze every week, you get to see what I see on the market. I get to trade with me. Okay, the group chat is free for anyone who is interested in trading. So I want to go to all the analysis we made this week. I've explained that of GJ. Yeah, this was why I dropped it. Okay, apply proper risk management. Why was I taking a trade, that GJ trade? Because of range breakouts, which is what we have here. Then the BTC, when I told them the second trade for the week to sell immediately, so when I dropped it. Then GJ hit TP, BTC. This was the time I was telling them to add more positions, because the market was already well confirmed that it's going to go for a sell. All right, and BTC also delivered. So there was a setup on GJ, but it happened that the market left us. That's on SAUSD, the same thing. So now let's go to the pullback trade on BTC. Let's go to the chart. So I'll tell you why I was buying on BTC. So this is the second trade. Now you could see that trend line, which is the liquidity that was there. So I was working with that trend line. Okay, guys, things like this will help you, tell you where you should be placing your profit targets and your stop loss. You learn most of these zones, you learn most of these things. Where do you see that the market can react? Like now, this box model entry we did here, you could see that I didn't make it go above this other block here, because I was expecting further reactions to happen there. All right, even this trade now, since it's a pullback, anytime you're trading pullback, is something I always make sure I apply proper risk management. In all the trades anyway, I apply proper risk management. But in case of pullback, where I know that it can be 50-50, any trade can be 50-50, but the chances of me losing that trade is a bit higher. So in case of, let's say you're opening two positions, you might just likely want to open one position. Since they pull back, I'm not going to be the one to teach you risk management. You go and do your studies about risk management very well. Everybody needs to learn the risk management, what works for them. But in my own case, where I usually open two positions on a trade, once it's a pullback, I like opening just one position. Alright, so in this trade, what happened? There is a break of structure to the downside, a change of character. If you check the 1 hour or 4 hours, you see that this looks like a sweep. Alright, so I just waited for retracements into this range here that looks like a flip zone. That's why you see me picking from here. Where did range happen? Straight there. So the market broke above it, causing that change of character, and retraced back into that zone. So we call that a flip zone in this case. Just watch my videos. All these things I'm saying, you get to know them there about the flip zone and all of that. Okay, there are things as an SMC trader you should know. Alright, so and the market got to this point. I took partials there. I took partial profits there. Alright, this was, you could see confirmation here. Okay, break of structure, change of character, the inducement I marked, and the market got back into that place. So when the market got to somewhere around here, I took partial profit from there and locked the trade. That's why the trade, the market later reversed. Before locking the trade, that was what we got the box model entry. Box model strategy is also explained in the ranging structure in one of our videos, one of my videos on YouTube there. So you can watch that as well to know about the box model. A very simple strategy, just to keep a fixed risk to reward 1 to 2, and that's it. So it happened that the box model didn't go well. The market when it got to our entry, went up to this point. Now it hit our stop loss. This was already our break even. Now, so what I observed from this trade, that the whole of this trend the market made there was a pool of liquidity. Okay, so the market needed those volumes in order to still move to our directions. So in case of next time, I might be careful about this. Okay, this range happened just in the night. I think now it's Monday night going to Tuesday also. So next time I might be very careful of that, about that. So you can see that there was also Asian liquidity down here. Okay, so I should have been more careful. This pool of liquidity, Asian low is also here. So be expecting market to be at least come and take down Asian low, because part of liquidity, and the market moved in this direction. So what do we have for this week? Well, you can see, I said from 4 hours, our directional bias on BTC is bearish. So you can see what I'm doing here now. I'm trying to get a pullback trade. Always apply proper risk management. The same thing that happened here last week is still the same thing we want to get here. So what can you spot? There's a break of structure to the downside, and this is a change of character to the upside. That's just it. Okay, so we'll wait for the market to drop down. I can spot my inducement here, drop down here. We're aiming this. All right, now the main structure of the market is a bearish structure, so we are trying to sell. This is just a pullback. If you go to the 4 hours now, you will see this pool of liquidity that market has already formed here, this trend line, which is almost, I think that's not started taking it. So you just have to be very careful. This is the last order block I can see from here. We've marked out the inducement there as well. So the market moves. We'll keep reading the 15-minute time frame to see when a very good change of structure will happen. Okay, that change of structure happens, then we look for what you call it, liquidity grab or sweep, with the market sweep into any portable zone there, which we are expecting to happen here. Then we are going to sell. That's just it. Just keep it that simple. Look for where there's liquidity, and that's where we think the market is heading towards. The market is always creating liquidity and heading towards liquidity. So this, for the sell, this is the inducement. Inducement is always likely to pull back after an impulse move. You can see the market has created a switch range here, causing another block for us to see. All right, then this momentum, a small pullback, which is the inducement. Now the market has gone down to this point. So whatever trade I'm taking here is of low probability, but this is the pullback we're expecting. So you keep reading this 15 minutes time frame to where it gets to this order block, and where there is a change of character, which you should be expecting that there should be a sweep. All right, okay, let me draw this from let's imagine we're coming from a bullish side. All right, so you're expecting something like this. Market keep breaking structures to the upside until you get a sweep, which will look like a break of structure in 15 minutes or however, change of character to the downside. Then you likely want to enter from something like this. That is just it. So here will be a break of structure, just giving you instances how it will look like. To look like a break of structure in your lower time frame, which is the 15 minutes, but when you go to the 4 hours or 1 hour time frame, it will look like liquidity sweep or liquidity grab. That gives you a clear confirmation that you are getting close to what you want to do. When that happens, don't just jump in. Wait for the market to break the last internal low of that 15-minute time frame, causing a change of character to the downside. And once that happens, just wait for 61% retracement of your Fibonacci or a very close order block there, and that's it. So join my WhatsApp group or my Telegram group. I will update you on every trade I'm taking. That's it for BTC. Now there is something I want to show you on UJ. UJ, go to 4 hours. Now UJ has been quite long. I traded UJ, but there is this thing I've been observing from USD JPY. Just watch this. Watch what's happening. Can you see this huge poop? So from 4 hours, obviously you can see that UJ is on a bullish structure. Now I'm going to use the Fibonacci retracement to do something now. So you notice this. This is the first break of structure to the upside. This is on UJ. Now watch, just watch its retracements. Watch where it's retracing to. This is around, this is a pullback here, so this is around in between 61.8% and 78.6%. all right, now let's move to the next one. Oh, look at this on 61.8%. Let's move to the next one. Just skip. So right now I'm looking for pullbacks that are going towards 61.8% and that of what are you calling it, 70, that's 78.6, sorry. So this is around 50%. okay, now look at this as well. Look at this pullback. Hope you guys are seeing the pullback I'm talking of. This is around 61.8 again, so the expectation of this as well. Now this actually dipped down, not just to 61, it dipped down even to 78.6. now seeing this, you know that the market is currently on a bullish structure. Should I draw the paths? So you see the break of structures I'm actually talking of. Pull back to this, lowest low should be this, okay, here, pull back to this. This has gotten me stopped. Okay, so this, go back to this. You can see this, the bullish moves. Now this, so your expectation now on the market should be to buy. Just get ready to buy. Now there's this extreme order block I've set on the market for a very long time. I can see that the market is going towards that order block now, so I'm going to make analysis. I know this will happen. so early, but right now let's dive in. So I just did that Fibonacci retracement for you to notice that the market has been retracing to around 61.8% more often, or in between that. Okay, so and this doesn't just happen, it takes days, it takes months. All right, you can see this February, March, April. It takes time, so just be patient, don't rush much into UJ. You can see the structure of everything there. I don't know if I should close this, but anyways, I did that for you to just see. So let's clearing this. Let me clear this and to see, clear the parts, clear this, just clear some of them now, so we don't just jump in. Let's see what's happening there. It's just a strong candle. Okay, nothing much yet. On the 15, nothing much yet. Okay, so let me open this clearly and see. What do you see the market forming? So this is how you do it. All right, just read the market. You can see this breaking. So it might keep doing that. All right, but watch till when you see a change of character, and that change of character should have a nice sweep. It should have a sweep or grab. You can spot that here on the higher time frame. It might look like a breakout structure on the 15 minutes, or on the higher time frame, maybe on 1 hour or 4 hours, to look like liquidity sweep or grab. You get it? So when you hear liquidity sweep or grab is usually one candle just going to take a risk pool of liquidity, and it's usually faster. Sweep usually comes in multiple candles, usually slower, but it will still go to take those volumes and move to its direction. So anytime here me say liquidity sweep or grab, anyone works fine. Okay, as far as the market came to take liquidity, so that market is in our zone, but it's still overly stretched to me, and there is nothing I can do right now. Okay, there is nothing I'll say I can do right now. The market is just going deep. You cannot just jump in like that. Look at this place that I mapped this liquidity grab here. Just one candle sweeping the whole of this level here. Taking the whole of the volume there. Then retrace now going up. So yep, let's just be patient. Watch the trade from 15 minutes. Join my WhatsApp group. I'll update you on this UJ trade. All right. Let's see what we have on gold. Okay, gold, I'm still bearish on gold. So on gold, I've been mapping out this guy. Yep, I've been mapping out this guy. This was the last order block I set after spotting out this liquidity there. So I was expecting a kind of liquidity here has been taken, but I was expecting a kind of liquidity sweep or grab there, then a change of structure I can actually spot well, but I was not getting the better one. The market just tapped into the order block, made this range and started pulling down. So I wasn't okay with that, but let's see what will happen in the pullback. So that's it. I'm not planning to make this video too long, just wanted to give you a weekly insight and last week recap. So all the best. Do have a profitable week ahead. Make sure you apply proper risk management to your trades. Don't rush, preserve your capital. All the best.